Hello, my name is Shadley, and welcome back for another episode of Hard Zone 3 Black Ice as PRC. So in the previous two episodes, the war in Europe has started. We're mostly sitting on the sidelines preparing for our own conflict against Japan to retake retake Manchuria from the foreign invaders. Now, it's not necessarily as easy as it might sound. We'd still need to wait for our neutrality to drop a little bit further, which is underway, or going downwards. So it's at least probably going to be dealt with soon enough. Now actually, if we have a look at the threats, so the Germans are still 18.9, so that hasn't increased too much, but our own neutrality has been dropping, of course, with the steady speed. There we go, now we can build coastal forts. We are going to be getting some infantry this episode, so at least we'll have the course for the coastal defense somewhat prepared. So at least we could potentially declare the war at that point. Now whether it's going to be a good idea or not remains to be seen. And while we could potentially mobilize the troops beforehand, we are going to be 90% strength anyway by the time we declare war. So if we're a little bit down in the strength, that's not really going to be that bad. I do wonder though, can we maybe... Oh, right, direct fighting, training, command and control advance. More morale for the various and guns and such. So I just want... Oh, why is this not reinforcing? Because it said not to... reinforce. Look, hold on a minute. Okay, so that was the only one. I hope that didn't get any reinforced. I think if we take a look at all the units, I'm pretty sure that everything else seems to be in pretty good strength, except that one. Yeah, so that one's the only one that is low strength. Well, a good thing that we caught it now rather than right at the start of war. We've still got time to reinforce. Oh, there we go. Close air support to prototype level 1, and we got air superiority taxes to level 1 as well. Let's go ahead and increase the reinforcements for a brief while, and we'll also get the last infantry division in the south upgraded to, or expanded to full-on division. I think everything else is already then sorted, I think. Oh, it's Christmas Day, so it's having a bit of a lag spike there for a moment. Oh, recon unit coordination advance. Is the recon stuff ahead of time? No, not yet. Oh, the armored unit training is something that we might want to go ahead and start researching, though. And the mobile unit combined arms. Those are kind of important techs there. I see efficiency is back to 0, which is not great. Can we get another chromite? We could. Potentially, at least. We'll buy from... You know what? South Africa will do. We know the Germans will be buying from there. While we're being at war with them and all that. Also, there's the recon unit communication. So, admittedly, I have a feeling that we might not declare the war on Japan this episode yet. Oh, back at regional settlements. Right, let's go ahead and do that one. I think we're going to go with the extra leadership still. It's at least a bit of a boost in there, which we kind of do need. Mostly because this is probably going to be the last episode for this particular session for recording it. So, it's easier for me to have a save where I can... or sort of natural point of save that I can then just... utilize for checking out if we're actually ready for the war or not. The Dutch want to buy some tungsten. I guess that's fine. They might give them a bit more heart attack, although it will probably be still pretty hard time for them to actually conquer anything. How is the Japanese manpower looking like? They got 2,000 manpower. We've got almost the same amount. Of course, our increase is probably a lot higher. They've got a lot of resources. The industry is, well, it's a little bit larger than ours, but not that much more anymore. We've got plenty of spies in there. How's the... Okay, the popularity of Comintern has been reducing, although only very slightly. They've still got a whole lot of spies in there, or spies in our nation causing some havoc, or supporting their own party at least. But hopefully we can keep it in check for the time being, and eventually we can probably overtake them, but it's probably going to be quite difficult to completely defeat them, because they've been putting so much effort in supporting the party there. I don't think they were the only one doing that either. Right, it's start of the year. Let's go ahead and put in the economy boost. I think we are going to go for... We're going to go with the short-term investments this year. It will reduce the money that we get a little bit, but it's not too bad. We'll still keep the neutrality reduction going. Armored spearhead advance. Oh, there we go. Reducing the combat width and all that. I'm guessing we have now the unit in here. No, it's not full strength, but it's at least slowly increasing. Also, how are we doing on the anti-tank and stuff? Oh, right, now 1940s. Let me just take a few moments to put in all the research in here. Especially the advanced education is something we want to put into the top of the list, but everything else is probably going to be mostly fine, even if it's not on the top of the list. And the research things to the top. In the construction, we can get some more agriculture. And of course, these weapons for the infantry. Well, it would be probably pertinent to put those to the top of the list. You know what, actually, yeah, we'll do it. Oh, that's basically done already. Okay, so it's not going to be that bad. But yeah, getting the infantry upgraded properly is going to be quite handy. Let's get the AA weapons and upgrade there. The armor stuff, so there's the tracks. We can upgrade that one. Desert Warfare, I suppose there's probably going to be a little bit Desert Warfare in our future, so we'll get that one. The Arctic Warfare, I don't think we need it right now. Later on, there is probably a reason, or there is a reason actually for us to get that, so we can get the Asymmetric Warfare. Well, for that we need to get the Ski Brigade, which to be fair is 1946, so we could research that if we get the Arctic Warfare first, but that's going to be delaying things quite a bit. We can get the Cast Armor Construction, that's something that we'll go ahead and toss to the top of the list. And the plane techs are still fine. Over here we're fine. Ah, we're going to get the drop tanks on level 1 now. Well, eventually. I might be overselling a little bit if I say that we can get them now. Not much in the ship's compartment or department. There's... Oh, right, that's the original command structure already. These... So I suppose the honor spearhead... We can research the next level. And deep battle doctrine, there's a few things in here that... Well, actually, there's not much that we need to add into the research queue. We get the attritional warfare. And the rolling artillery barrage. Superior firepower, there's not much working. I suppose there's a time and target. We could get that one on artillery preparation. The naval stuff, we're not going to add anything new. We might want to put the carrier aircrew, well, basically for the naval bomber and flying boats, get these underway. Everything else is fine. Operating text, there's not much that has changed in here. And then over here, I suppose we still haven't researched most of it, so... We could queue up the battle commander recognition, but that's about it. So 190 techs. Oh boy. And that's going to be during warfare where we are going to be getting minus 30. Oh, well, there's the small arms already. So that was literally just a matter of days to get that. Sure, we'll buy a bit of raw materials from the Soviets. So now we've got 187 total IC. That doesn't mean a lot more production. Also need a bit more upgrades by the looks of it. That was zinc neutral. Anything going in here? How's the German threat on us? It hasn't increased too much. It's 19.5. Let's look at Japan again. Is that going to be... Okay, it's about 7 points that we still need to reduce. If nothing else, it will at least be going down on its own. But I think once they declare war on like Denmark and all that, that's probably where we can start our escapades in Manchuria. So that would be in about 2 months then. Another small shipyard. Very handy. Right, so we should also be getting another division, right? Did we move in? Hold on a minute. Oh, right, yeah, we're going to be waiting one more. So this one, I suppose, we'll go ahead and redeploy in there. And we can just, well, the unit should be done tomorrow. But we can just place it down there once the infantry arrives there. We can combine it accordingly. Plus, we should be getting another infantry division. Well, it's going to take a little while, actually. But later on this month, at least, we'll get that. I'm going to go ahead and assign a leader for this. I'll also assign this under the 5th Corps. That one needs to transport itself in there, but that can be then combined quite easily. So that's also going to require a little bit more reinforcements, because when we started building that, the reserve levels were a little bit lower. Or set reserve levels. We've got 2,000 manpower right now. I do wonder, is there exchange IC for resources? No, that's not what we want. Okay, I suppose we could go ahead and buy some more chromite. While we still can. And I guess we'll buy that from Turkey just to mix it up a little bit. So yeah, Germany's been a bit active. Italy hasn't joined the war yet. They usually won't join until the Germans have reached the outskirts of Paris, which might take a while, unless there's like something else that happens, and they might suddenly decide to join in anyway. But something that happens is usually player activity. Division headquarters advance. Is that, hold on a minute. Which one was that? Okay, it's deactivated. It may have been the, oh yeah, it was that one. In the deep battle doctrine. Fuselage aerodynamics. Is that ahead of time now? It is. Okay, we can cancel that one. So down to 186 research. Luckily, Japan has not joined the Axis yet, but now that I say that, they probably will. Finland is mobilizing. Oh, did they? Oh, right, they already fought the war. I missed that completely. Well, my bad. They just doesn't usually fare all that well in that war. Now, we are going to have to... Well, rather, the Soviets are going to have to clear out the Baltic states at some point, but they will do that in due time. I do actually wonder... Okay, so Lithuania is a separate area there. Good to know. Fighter bomber prototypes is level 2 right now, so it's not particularly great yet. But at least that is going to provide some more... So are we actually building... We are building our close air support now. It won't be done until summer, so not necessarily that useful. The wing aerodynamics is something we can drop from the research queue. And then there's a road network that can actually stay in the research queue. But in the meanwhile, our troops are at least mostly ready. I guess Albertus is... Well, he's still waiting for the tanks to arrive, but I think we're going to go ahead and take this motorized corps, move it down here somewhere. I suppose what I can do is I can try to use them initially to... Oh, tungsten to Venezuela. Okay. Cool. Light cruise and crew training. Okay, that's something that we can go ahead and take off to the research queue for now. I just wanted to get one level in there. Oh, Soviet Union wants to invite us into a faction. Oh. I'd rather not join in there yet, to be fair. So that I can do my war against Japan on my own. At the same time, we could use the Soviets in the war against them, but no, we're going to decline that for now. We're going to decline that. Hopefully soon enough we can declare war on Japan. I mean, it's still about 6.5 points. It won't be immediate, but soon enough, we'll hopefully be able to... So I think what we'll try to do with the motorized corps, as soon as it's ready to sort of act and all that, is we'll try to punch through light cruiser escort roll. This is something that we can also drop. Although the extra precision is not bad, but yeah, right now it's just the naval research is something we're just going to have to give up for now. Go ahead and drop another division in here for the... Right, it's not part of the 5th Corps, or there's no room in the 5th Corps yet, but we can fix that. And now there is. Get a leader for this division. So that's the first one of many. We are going to get probably at least one more corps to the north. The 1st Army does have some more room. Got the 1st Naval Corps. Oh, right. The composition... Oh, we're still missing the Division HQ, aren't we? The composition 28 planes. That's research. I guess we'll go ahead and just queue up one Division HQ to be built real quick. It takes 51 days, so that's not too bad. We've got some anti-aircraft guns in... Hold on, is it Guangzhou? Yes, Guangzhou. We can reduce the reinforcements a little bit, so we still need almost 400 IC in production. At least it's slowly reducing. I suppose we just got the infantry division there, but that didn't reduce it too much because there was a 2nd division right after it. We're getting the airbase in Tianjin. It's already level 3. Although, in theory, it isn't level 3 yet, but that's fine, I suppose. I'm best not to question it. We are going to get at least a start of another corps of infantry in here. And I think especially for the western part of the front, or west of the river here, that is probably going to be the best bet to put in more troops so that we can try to maneuver through here. I'm kind of thinking that I might try to encircle the light infantry in here. Like going through Zhangjiakou. Oh, there we go, there's anti-aircraft guns. And then go into HoI. And then protect that one, clear out the pocket. While we also keep on pushing further north. Japan. No, I'm not going to sell tungsten to Japan. Oh, economy focus level 2. I think at this point we are going to switch to the ground forces focus again. We've gotten at least a little bit of the heavy industry. We will be keeping, or we'll still be getting more. But right now we also want to get the ground forces focus so we can build our troops slightly faster. Because I can't afford that sort of delays necessarily that it's currently pushing towards our direction. I'm going to reduce the supply production a little bit. We'll go to like 14 IC. That might still be a bit of an overkill, mind you. But we don't need too much in there right now. We just got another infantry division. So let's just go ahead and assign that in here somewhere. And then let's go ahead and assign a leader for it. Let's put in a defensive leader. And then a 6th Corps. Assign that under the 1st Army. We do need to get a leader for this, but yeah, we don't have any available. Do we have any more leaders in here somewhere that are or have seen combat? Probably not too many. There might be some in here. That's level 5. Let's just visit Fortress Boss Offensive Doctrine. I suppose that could be doing quite nicely. So we'll go ahead and promote that one. We'll get someone else in here. And then we'll just assign the leader there. So he is... actually, no. It's a trickster, right? For a moment, I thought that was the old guard trait. Got the same background, but no, it's luckily not. So we'll be getting at least a bit of the infantry in here. The air bases are still progressing quite nicely. Getting some ray extraction. The radars are, well, we haven't built any yet, but those are going to start to be built soon enough. They are a little bit on the expensive side. And they take quite a, well, I suppose it's with very low efficiency, they take a long while. I suppose that is going to start taking, or picking up some more speed. Another infantry division will be done soon enough. How's our infantry practical? It's 16, so that's not bad. Oh, Soviet Union still wants to invite us into the Comintern. No, I'm going to do this war on my own. Well, I appreciate the offer. It's probably best for you if you don't join in the war against Japan. Plus, I get all the territories in that case, rather than going to the Soviets. But that does mean that our neutrality is now below... yeah, it's below 15, so... we just need to get another 6 points of either reduce the neutrality or Germans need to be a bit higher threat. Because they are still 18.9? Oh, right, that's the right separation in there. So it reduces our separation, all the threat, from their threat. I see. So that's the mutual threat, I suppose. Which has an impact there. So I'm guessing at least another month is what it's going to take for us to be able to declare the war. How soon do we get the tanks? Ah, in a week. That's rather handy. So at least this one's bit... oh, and there's the light armor design to level 2. Oh, we can get the heavy armor design already. Oh, ho, ho. Okay, let's go ahead and research both of them. So what is our light armor now? It is BT5. Okay, makes sense. I wonder if we could... well, the heavy armor is going to be bloody expensive, so we might not build those yet. But somewhere down the line, I do want to have at least 1 or 2 divisions with heavy armor. Because that is going to then be basically a breakthrough division. It makes a hole, and then Farsis just exploit that hole. That sounded wrong. A motorized support units advance. Let's go ahead and get another infantry division placed down in the 6th Corps. Assign another division leader. Let's just have a look at the skill levels in here. So, oh, that was actually fairly experienced there. We're going to save some of those really good traits for some... well, I suppose actually still got the custom leaders as well to use for the armored divisions and all that. We need a bit more upgrades. Just a few more days for the armor. And the raw materials is going to be soon done. We have reduced the production a little bit. Maybe this... well, there's probably... oh yeah, we increased the upgrades quite a bit. That's probably part of the reason. Assuming, well, it's going to be 13.5 IC reduced from the production queue in 2 days. That's going to allow us to then at least get the fighter bombers full speed ahead in production and the radar station in Beijing. And then I suppose HoI is going to get one. So there's quite a bit of things underway. We might do... actually... oh, there we go. There's the armor. So how is the armor practicals? 0.4. It could be better, but let's have a look at the stats of our... oh, no, we're not going to join the Comintern yet. The battle commander in here. So the tanks, they have an armor of 17. Okay. That's at least slightly better. So the mixed support shouldn't be able to pierce that anymore. I mean, it depends on what they have in the mixed support anyway. We don't know yet. But we will figure out... well, we might figure out a little bit of it, at least. Over time. Ooh. Infantry unit combine arms advance. And, oh, twin engine fighter prototypes. There we go. So we can build twin engine fighters. We might not build all that many of them yet. But we can then build the gun turrets and large caliber machine gun. Okay, so that's something that we... can we also do the... well, first of all, that is something we research, and that is going to go to the top of the list. Twin engine fighter prototype. I suppose we could research the next level already. We could also get the research for these two at least. So that was the... oh, right. Is that armament? Oh, no. We need to get the bomber prototypes done. But I suppose if we got the twin-engine fighter, it means that the bomber should be pretty close by. Yeah, the light bomber is already on 10 days from now. Okay, so then we can get the aircraft prototype evaluation, which gives a bit of range, more air defense and surface defense for the planes. Which, you know, is quite handy. It won't make them initially fire any harder, but it's not the point of it anyway. Also get some more stuff for the twin-engine planes, but again, that just adds in more to the research queue, which is probably not what I should be doing. nothing going in there yet. And there's the twin-engine armor, or transport plane. So we now can build transport planes, and we can research assault gliders. We're not going to do the next level for the transport planes. We just wanted to get the transport planes unlocked so that we can then eventually build a few, so that we can potentially do some sneaky landings with the planes. Or like drop some motorcycle recon or something like that. Not a full division by any means. But like capturing some key port or islands, and then hopefully being able to transport more troops in. Actually, that reminds me. One of the things that we might want to do is get some passenger ships. We'll get a set of 5 of them. It might take a while before those are built, although they're not particularly expensive, but they do take some time. Although that's partially because our practicals for the transport is not very high, it's 1.4. There's only getting that from the logistics units that we're building. Right now, we can actually reduce the consumer goods a little bit further. Seems like the... oh yeah. Don't need to pay all that much for the mobilizer reserve brigades anymore. 0.6%. And then Japan... ooh, there we go. It's a bit less than 6. Neutrality still. I mean, of course, it is going down over time. I'm guessing the German threat hasn't increased too much yet. No, it's still 18.9 over here, the shared one. Although it should be... well... technically speaking, it should be slightly higher than that. They are being a bit of a threat. But one of the reasons why I'm not joining the Comintern is because if I join there, then the Japanese will bring a whole lot more troops to the front line already. And I'd rather keep them... well, I mean, they can probably see that we're preparing for a bit of a war against them, but I'm hoping that they won't move everything, so we'll got a bit of time to form some early pockets, destroy some units, and then start fighting against the counterattack. Especially if we can get to the mountains in here, that would be quite handy. Ooh, there we go, medium armor design. We can get the... actually, we can't get the 3 armor turret yet, can we? Because we're not in an Axis or Allies or Comintern. So if you're not in any factory, you can't get that tech at all. But what is our medium armor now? It is T28. Okay. I think we can go ahead and keep on researching. Oh, wait, no, we can't research the next level. Right, never mind then. Oh, hold on a minute. Well, we got 1 level on the medium velocity gun. We might need a second one. We can sell a bit of supplies to the Estonians, I suppose. And Venezuelans. Okay, the Estonians are not in war against the Soviet Union quite yet, but they might be preparing for it. Or trying to stockpile. Just, you know, they'd say AI seeing that, hey, you're lacking a bit of money. Let me just buy some stuff from you that you don't need. Which is usually supplies. Ooh, artillery support advanced. There we go. And flying boat prototype. So we can now build flying boats. And we can research seaplane tenders. So that would be a way to start researching the carriers. But not necessarily going to go for that one. One of the things that I might do, though, is I might start building the flying boat. Let's build 1 for now. Going to be very bad at model, mind you. But it's better than nothing. And then we'll build, once we unlock the naval bomber. Which, to be fair, that's going to require the medium bomber still. But then we can... oh, alright, is the artillery support... oh, it is a bit ahead of time, so we can cancel that one. Okay, there we go. So that's at least something, but yeah, once we get the medium bomber, we'll start researching the naval bomber, and then we'll build 3 wings or 3 squadrons of naval bombers. And then we'll have a fairly good air group to deal some damage to the Japanese fleet. Probably won't be enough to sink any of them anytime soon, but at least it's going to have somewhat fire... oh, there's a light bomber, there we go. So we can now get the prototype evaluation. That is something that I want to get as soon as possible. Just for the extra range, really. Brazil wants to buy some supplies, that's fine by me. So war against Japan is not really going to be working quite yet. We've got a fairly good amount of manpower prepared. We've got more manpower than Japanese do have right now. They have a slightly larger industry, but I suppose once we clear out Manchuria, we'll overtake them in there. Plus, we're building our industry larger and larger. They got a lot of naval build-up probably going on, which, to be fair, means that we won't be doing landings into their territory anytime soon, but we don't necessarily have to. Oh, there we go, there's the medium bomber. So now we're going to go ahead and get the naval bomber prototype underway. That's something we'll probably want to queue up to the top of the list. And then, of course, that also unlocks a lot of the air tactics in here, like the interdiction, logistical strike, installation strike, airbase strike. That's quite a few there. There's this tactical air command. That is something that we need to get. And then twin engine plane training. And crowd crew training. So there we go, that's at least a bit of... back to 191 research. Well, there we go. Still about 5.5 on neutrality required to be reduced. We are definitely drifting... oh, we're actually drifting towards the Allies right now. briefly. Oh dear, submarine periscope has been acquired by enemy spies. Who would that be? Tibet? Because I'm pretty sure that Japanese... Well, I suppose it could be Minjing. That might be it. Because I don't think Japan is stealing that from us. No, we're not joining the Comintern quite yet. So now it's 1st of March. Germans should be doing a bit more war declaration sooner, so that should increase their threat towards us. And then we should be able to join or declare our own war against Japan. Again, I'm not entirely sure if we're quite ready for the war. I think we're kind of close enough, but it might just not be sufficient. We are going to get another 2 infantry divisions soon enough. Oh, there we go, single engine armament research. So we're almost ready to start researching the next interceptor level. Oh, and there's the ground attack tactics. So we can... Oh, the air support. Right, we can get that underway now. That is increasing the reserve target focus. Ground attack efficiency goes up and close air support morale is also improved. That's rather handy. Going to Tibet wants to buy some metal. Okay. Right, so... No, the neutrality still hasn't gone down. I suppose we'll just need to wait another few days. Right, there must be something that just ended modifier-wise, because we have no need for consumer goods anymore. Oh, right, it was to give them cake, well, that thing, wasn't it? Okay, well, sure. More production for us. Does that mean there's a bit of unrest? Probably not, actually. Well, other than... Oh, no, there is a little bit unrest. Okay, maybe we'll suppose once we activate the home front, that's not going to be too bad. There's quite a bit of unrest over here in Xinjiang. There's a bit of Soviet troops on the border as well. Surely they shouldn't be worried about me. Can I actually offer a non-aggression pact? No, they would not accept that. I could transit right, but they probably wouldn't... No, they wouldn't give me a transit right. They might accept if I offer them, but there's no guarantee that they will. I'd say probably 2 times out of 3, they would probably just refuse to take it right now. Because they don't really have a need to go through my lands, mind you. At least, not yet. And they still haven't started the fighting against the Baltic states, but I think they should be starting that soon. It's with the mod so that they will actually declare war rather than do the occupation historically. So that they'll have a bit more troops on the front line against the Germans at the start of the war. Oh, another airbase level in Beijing is going to be done tomorrow. And also, I believe it should be tomorrow when the Operation Version should start. Ooh, paratroop activation. Oh, brilliant, actually. That is something we can then start researching in here, the airborne unit training. Not that we are going to use a lot of airborne, but it's mostly for the morale for the light trucks. That's one of the few techs that gives the morale for them, so that's very useful if you plan on using light trucks to keep that tech up to date. Anything else on that, like, we don't need to worry about. Paratrooper support would be reducing the build cost for the transport planes, actually. That wouldn't be too bad. Oh, railroad network advanced, there we go. And Estonia is no longer buying our supplies. Well, it is what it is. So the Germans should be declaring the war soon, right? But they haven't done that yet. Is there a bit less upgrades needed? We are going to get the Division HQ for the Naval Infantry, a 3rd Naval Infantry Division in 3 days. Plus we'll get another 2 infantry divisions by the end of the month, but that's going to be Division 3 and 4 for the 6th Corps over here. Which, to be fair, has gotten its organization up to date. Pretty decent. Oh, there we go, tactical breakthrough advance. So combat with all the infantry is even lower, although it's still relatively... Oh, export tungsten... Not to Germany, no. If it was someone else, maybe. But not to Germany. Oh, and there's the Division HQ. Right, let's go ahead and find that naval infantry. Is there... That's the only one that isn't full other than the garrisons right now. And the headquarters, I suppose. But there we go. That's now these done. I suppose what I could do with the Naval Infantry Corps... I'm going to keep it somewhere in reserves in here. Maybe keep it in Jinan. Just so that we can then move it to... If it's needed to, for example... fight off some landings from the Japanese over here near Shanghai or in Qingdao or behind or east of Beijing along the coastline, something like that. So we can at least do something about that. But how close are we? No, it hasn't increased that much yet. Now, to be fair, I could use a console command to reduce the neutrality, but I think we're just going to go with like no cheat codes or anything on this run. And sometimes I use a console command to like for story purposes, not so much for like trying to win necessarily. But one of the things is like changing control of provinces, which kind of makes sense, or setting up borders which make a bit more sense when there's like a nation gets annexed and all that sort of stuff. That's about it. So hold on a minute, they still haven't started the... Oh wait, was it maybe 20th? There should be a war starting between Germany and the... well, Denmark and Norway very shortly. Maybe they just decided to not do that yet, I don't know. We did lose the manganese surplus, so I suppose I'm just to be on the safe side, I'm going to buy some zinc. Because I know that we're going to need some of that. We're going to buy that from Soviet Union. Give them some more money. And still no possibility for war declaration, I reckon. Well, I suppose we just need to wait until Germany declares war. I think that is the point where their threat is going to be... Well, their threat is already 20. Oh, yeah, there we go. Ah, so it hadn't updated it. Okay, fair enough. Oh, there we go. We can start researching the single fighter prototype again. That's 1940, so that is going to be up to date. We do want to queue that up as quickly as possible, though. But there's a whole lot of research that we're now prioritizing. So there's a lot of other things that get delayed, perhaps a bit too much. Oh wait, no, it's the 10th of March, or not March, April when that Weserübung starts, and then it's May when the operations for Benelux starts. That could be it. Ah, first echelon advanced, tactical breakthrough and shock troops could be researched, and human wave just got another level. Ammunition capacity is increased. There we go. So let's have a look at the battles. So there is the tactical breakthrough. We can definitely give that another level. Shock troops, sure, we can give that another level. Not that we initially needed too badly, but that's back to 190 research. Oh dear. Oh, tungsten surplus level 4. Well, that's quite lucky. I'm going to go ahead and buy some more chromite. From the Soviet Union. They'll have plenty of money at least. Well, since I was misremembering when the war starts, I don't think we'll be able to start the war anytime soon. Actually, I probably should have taken that direct deal. Well, it's about 4.5 points now. So it's not the worst, but yeah, it's still going to take a while. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it here for the episode, and I think the next episode is when we'll probably have the chance of declaring war on Japan, and I think at that point, we're probably ready for it. Well, I say ready, I mean, at least we'll have some spare troops to move around, help, and we might be able to at least get some of the ground in here. If we can get to the high ground to the east, I mean, okay, it's highlands, but the mountains and hills, that might give us a bit of more defensiveness. And of course, the Clara Menjiang initially is going to be very important. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, or check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.